think that should be everything. Alright, let's get this going. And there we are. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hardcore, and we're back today with even more tower action and also some other news today, too. Today we're doing Miss Ingrid's. We had her protege Lina last time, and this time we have Ingrid. We've done Ingrid in the past, and as also many times, much to her dismay. We've done her in the past, and today is going to be another one. She's cleared it before, and she's certainly going to do it again with extreme prejudice. But, in the meantime, though, we've got some news that has just come out. The June newsletter for June 2024 has just released, with some fantastic info regarding our new character coming out, and also some other events as well. So, let's start off today with some news. Alright, to start us off, we have, well, here's a newsletter I put in the other tab. I probably could have just used it as an image, but oh well. So, they start us off like this. They have, Phantasma is going to be the first event of the month. On June 3rd or 4th is it? That's the weekly reset, the next set of resets for the month. So, with that update, we're going to have Phantasma join in. She's going to have, let's see, Treasure of the Deep Ocean, Hollow Sphere, Yasha Sphere, Ninja Armored Spear. So that's all of, oh man, Kirara and, wow, what's her name? Eleanor? Yeah, Eleanor, and all of Eleanor's equipment. So this will now be the third orb share in the entire game. I really wish she shared with Noah, because Noah certainly does deserve it. But I guess when you're trying to speedrun to recoup finances or go speedrun to EOS, it's like, you know, you want to be having as much as possible in there. It's just generic stuff. They'll have their ready for action achievement package up there. So you do like 200 quests, get to level 75 or 81, do what you need to do there. Nothing special. This June, we have a certain set of events. We got a login. Let's see, the pink hydrangea voucher, we have the June Bride ticket, flower basket, crystal kit, and more. So this is perfectly really good equipment for if you want to go upgrade Phantasma herself. Let's see. So from about the end of June, they have a surprise campaign that lasts about a month. This is effectively probably going to go in there towards... what do they call it? This is probably going to be going into July as well, because I can already see that. And hello, everybody. We're just getting in some news information there, because I have yet to read this myself, because this is my day off, and I wanted to read it. Let's see. June Bride event, so daily missions, they can give hydrangeas, ranunculus, flower baskets. So this is oh, the flower basket's a random select item, like the heart boxes or something like that. So I guess it'll be nice just to have around, so you're able to just roll it for other stuff. But this starts at the very end of June, actually, June 24th. Oh no, wow, I'm dumb. That starts at the very beginning of June and ends in July. So it lasts the entire month. So you guys effectively have about 30 days to go pick yourself up another set of the June Bride outfits that aren't the Golden Pass. Eleanor, once again, has now limited equipment. Elven Bride, nothing really special there. It's just for Eleanor. They cut her hair, though, so it made it really short. I like this already. It may be the beast weapons in the first place, which are generally really bad. But it's the fact that Sora is actually getting equipment, and the same as Rin and Micah too. Micah just had her limited outfit, supporter, and weapon too. But even then, that supporter and the weapon were kind of mad best. Like, if you're running particle charge, Micah, I guess that's fine. I'm just really happy about Sora getting something in the first place. It looks cool, and it's just content for her in the first place. I think this is like the first thing she's gotten in like almost 2 years. This is almost the same thing with Rin too. I think, what was the last costume that Rin got? The Christmas? I think that's it. She hasn't... No, the last costume she truly got was the limited outfit that makes her lightning bolt stronger. I remember Fumikataro's day off. Hikage was the better character in the event, but this supporter is like just weird because it takes 15... It's a delayed reaction on the actual healing itself, which I really can't get down with. So it doesn't work out very well for me. I think I've used this supporter like 4 times. Hikage, though, I forget what she does, which must mean she's even less memorable. But I liked her design a lot better in the first place. Let's see. Looks like, oh cool, we got a limited package for Anrose, another case where you have to spend a whole bunch of money just to use it again. Let's see, we've got the Wedding Witch costume, Bouquet Sword, Garland Sword, that's probably the SR weapon, and gems. So, is this the this is probably the costume. But it's like, well, it's another case of where Anrose is going to be discounted, and then and then you have to pay out the nose to get her costume again. I'm probably not going to get that because I think I've used Anrose probably a total of 15 times. Not, well, more or less like after her whole release, I think I've used her probably less than 20 times. I can't even count that many times because it's just like I don't use anything for her. She's just a very sad state of affairs, and she's just okay at best. Cool looking outfit though, looking good on her. This one's actually the better rerun they're doing. Ito Grandmaster means Shosu's coming back, everybody. That means you too can pick up 5 different copies of Shosu, make Ingrid do damage that she was able to do in fucking like what, 2021. You now can travel back in time to the era where where Rinko was somewhat palatable in meta. Now she's just fallen off. You get probably one of my favorite costumes in the game though, which is the Ito Grandmaster one. It's a simple look, but it looks really nice. No, I don't like Anrose very much there, Darth Neo. I just don't really have a reason to like her. ADW Annihilator and the secret weapon costume for Murasaki is back. I'm sure every Murasaki fan is now happy again that she's getting like what, her 4th or 5th rerun of this. I don't mind it very much though because I like this costume a lot. Because it's the only it's her cybernetic costume that she gets from like I think it first was introduced in Taba, but it still looks really cool. Sue gets her Dragon Lady package back, another really cool look. The weapon itself is okay at best, but I just really like the costume in general. Volt Bride is now it's another package again, so you gotta pay that $30 frickin' again for it, and it gets like a horrible value. Because Volt Bride, when Rin released, was Desire costume, and we all know what happens when you have a Desire costume. It ends up costing $30, and it's much less worth. It's worth less than the actual stuff you could have gotten out of it. And Phantom Bride, I don't actually have this, which is very nice because I think they reran this 2 years ago. Well, that was the first time it ever appeared. Let me go check collections real quick. I got to find Big Mommy. Come here, Shiranui. Let's see. It first appeared in June of 2021. No, it first appeared in November of 2020, and then was reran less than a year later in June of 2021. So we are approaching 3 years later on seeing this costume. That's really bad. Wow. That's honestly something you probably end up picking up regardless, because literally it will be 3 years ago to the month. Never see it again. Yukikaze gets your June Bride outfit. I gotta say, neat look for her. I'm more happy about Nagi getting hers, though. I'm just glad that she's getting costumes in the first place, because the last thing she ever got was a Christmas was the her father's armor outfit. That was a long, long time ago. And then you have this and her Yojimbo outfit, which is fantastic. Love that. That runs from the end of June to the middle of July. They're nice staggered releases, so you have to play the entire month to keep up with all the content. Very, very aggressive month for sure. Let's see, we have Wave 1 June Brides from the beginning of the month to the 18th. Wave 2 is going to be from the 11th to the 25th. I'd have all those too. The 18th to the end of July to the beginning of July is, let's see, them. I think I have everybody's but Kirara's. And all the way at the very end, they're going to introduce this like in the middle of those, is good old Benimaru and Saika. That's at the very end of June to the beginning of July. I actually have to go check the costume itself for Kurenai to see if you can actually get it in white. Because every one of these June Bride outfits also has a black variant. Kurenai's is just special, and she does it all by her lonesome. Nothing really special this month. It's like, I mean, if you're excited for the reruns of certain things, like the Shiranui outfit and all the June Bride costumes, they come around every year. So this is what they're going to probably do. Like, they're going to use this to lead into summer. So you got to be prepared for that. Oh, goodness. But other than that, it's a relatively okay month at best. I don't see anything much special happening here besides the outfit reruns. Like, if you missed it, you missed it. But it's like when you've been playing as long as I have, you already have most of this stuff. So it's actually quite a dead month in terms of content. Because the only thing I'm actually looking forward to is Phantasma, because she's an actually new character. And the thing is, this isn't actually like, this is a long time character they've had in RPGX or something that they've been sitting on forever. Phantasma is relatively new in RPGX as of right now. She's had some events. She's also had her events in AT. So I guess you're doing like a cross promotion sort of thing to really like start drumming up investment for her. I mean, the thing is, we've had the one event that stars her, and I don't know much about her. I really don't have a reason. Like you guys know what I do. I will get the character and will go give as much pertinent information as possible to see to push their capabilities and explaining to you how she works. If I wasn't doing that, I would probably not be getting this character immediately. But we will see just what happens, because she is just another pretty face at this point. Everybody in this game is super pretty. So she's got to be really wowing me in the gameplay department, you know? But other than that, let's go to the game. It's 100 fucking floors. Let's change your clothes, Ingrid. Alright. Let's use green. For the most part, Phantasma has been having, like... They do the thing that they always do, for the most part, is when they do a lead-in for costumes, is they start showing off, like, as the closer it approaches to release date, they release new costumes and new pertinent information. But the most important information really is like, you know, everybody has costumes. You can look at them in the shop. You can do all that stuff you want to do with them. But they don't do their gameplay release. Like they do like the movement showcase and everything for her. I think probably 2 days before she releases. So like on Sunday night, you'll probably see something for that. But she's gonna be another Orbs character, guys. I don't really know what to say about that because every time we've had an Orbs character, they stay ranged or this weird mix of melee and ranged. So it's like, cause I like to lump Noah in like the Orbs situation because she really is just an Orbs character. And because it's now like what Kirara has her freezing. She's the one who really needs a renewal. She was behind. Well, she's actually had several fixes to her skills, but they really haven't done a whole lot with her ever since that happened. Where's Kaoru? There she is. I don't need that much power yet. I don't need that much power. I need healing. Do I have the crit boosters? Rate damage. Rate. Do I have rate boosters? No, I don't. I think that's my. Nope, that's all my damage boosters. Oh, okay. Damn. Finally, it took that much. It took getting her to 87. Yes, we now have Ingrid at 87 too. I got that today, so I'm like, let's go. Let's take her out for a spin. Let's take her out for a spin. Dragon, heat blast, and flare. I wish I had the 4th slot so I could do that. Oh well. In terms of Phantasma, though, I don't know. I don't know what to expect with her. She doesn't have a boss model in game, from what I remember. She doesn't have a boss. Well, let's actually change the music a little more something exciting. What do we do? We love good old. Here we go. Because we love Sonic. I need to put Kaoru on so I can nuke. What do you guys think of Phantasma, though? Do you think she's gonna be like, you know, the one that's she's gonna save the world with essentially what she's gonna do? She's gonna be this amazing character that's gonna change the face of the game forever? Yes, it is another Oe Nagisa character. For better or worse. I think this is what the 3rd total demon they've released this year. Because we had Lapis and Spinel. They were both released at the beginning of the year. And now we have... oh, I'm forgetting her name. Oh, there she is. Phantasma. Phantasma is another demon. Because we're on our 3rd character release this year. Yeah. It's June. You didn't die immediately. It's a shame. What do you think they're rushing all the big booby characters so they can start funding other projects again? Alright, so now that we know Phantasma is going to be our next release, who do you think is going to be next then? You think they're going to keep going for the same setup of demons and everything like that they've been doing the last 3 times? Because next up will be August. That'll be our August release. So for better or worse, it's like, who do you think it's going to be? Minute 10. Ugh, terrible. Mary is such a strange situation. Like, I always wonder, like, why haven't they done anything with her in, like, all these years? Maybe it's like a VA situation where they can't get her, the actor to go play the character again or something like that. Snake Lady would be a pretty cool one. Because they've certainly released characters they don't have rival outfits for, that's for sure. Because they already have Sheikah's outfit in the game with Hebiko and Rin wearing them. So it makes you wonder, like, what's taking them so long to have them, like, be used? Are they just trying to, like... Because every time I want to think of a new character, it's just like, are they just, what, are they going to pull out the rug from under us or something like that? Or just, we gotta wait it out for the most part? Like, I don't understand what they're going for. If they release a Awakened Lilim, that would be pretty cool, because that is I wanted to say Astaroth. It's Phantasma's rival outfit, which is cool in general. I'm glad that they now have, you know, possibly slated another character like that in there. Maybe they're gonna get that, like, release every demon they've got in the bank this year. But hang on a minute. What is it? Awakened Lilim isn't an Awoi Nagisa character or a Kagami or a Zol character. What do you mean they have plans to release her? No way, that can't happen. Our inherent bias towards those 3 artists means we have to release a character that has by one of them, like, several times a year. I'd certainly like to see it. And what else? They also said they were, next week, not only are they going to release Phantasma, they're going to be rolling back the changes they made to VR, which is very, very sad. Faye, Maidal, and Asahi. Can't forget about good old Potion, because Potion actually now has like 2 characters that are playable in AT. All Taba originals too. Ah, come on, Ingrid, you got a crit, baby. Let's see. I don't understand why they would want to roll back the changes to VR so quickly. I guess they're getting mad. I guess people are getting too angry that people are being successful too often or something. I don't know. It's like, why? The game is actually VR is now actually somewhat fun because you can bowl over your enemies. It doesn't take 20 years to complete the mission anymore. It just seems like a mistake on their part, where they tuned it down too much and made it too easy. Sometimes I would wish to be the fly in the room about like when they make their decisions regarding balance. They made it too easy. Okay, now they're gonna have to like, now they're gonna pull a the Shiranui and Murasaki situation, where okay, oops, we made the game too easy now. We made the game too easy now, so now we have to like make it inadvertently harder. They power crept in the wrong way. Somebody complained. Somebody probably complained real loud that now that the plebeians, the plebeians or whatever, they are now catching up to where we should be, where the true power players should be. Anros as a whole is always such a weird situation. Because it's like, this series never actually makes a lot of news or waves. It doesn't make any withering waves unless something fucks up in the game itself. Like Gem Debt or the Anros incident. Because when the Anros situation happened, I'm getting messages from like other people who don't play the game, and I'm getting like mentioned in servers. I'm like, well, it's just damage, you know. I'm getting messages from people about that. I'm like, yeah, that's what happened. They made a character who was very much so a very popular choice, the #1 poll winner, hands down. But she manages to now be an extremely expensive paid character. For minimal benefits in the first place, and they cannot go back on that either because of the way I guess those international laws work regarding that stuff, which is really dumb in the first place. I mean, for the most part, this game is mostly offline in almost every capacity. Anros is actually quite good in VR because she has like multiple forms of healing and I think like 1 or 2 disables. So she's actually really worthwhile against stationary bosses and crowd control. But you also have to pay $35 to do something that Murasaki can do for like next to nothing. I think Murasaki actually costs like 1,000 gems or something like that. So she's like still one of the most cost-effective characters in the entire game. That took him long enough. He waited on that part. He knew the nuke was coming. He ducked and covered. What a smart little robot. you know, it's still really, it still has wounds because people, because I remember when, like, I was looking at the newsletter itself trying to find the link for it, and I'm still hearing people talk about like how, when are they ever going to release Anrose for non-paid version or something for gems? That's it. When are they going to release her for gems? And knowing the reality of the situation, like, they can't do that. As much as they would probably love to end up releasing her for gems, because it would honestly be the right thing to do. That's not the world we live in. Yeah, with how the situation was treated by everything, like, this is their first, like, you know, non-directly Taimanin franchise, and this is what happened. That's how it was treated, and so it's like now they're not going to do one ever again. And games like these typically love crossovers because it brings in, one, it brings in new people, and two, it brings in, it drums up interest into the game, which is exactly what they want, and now this just won't happen. They get, like, their Twitter page doesn't do numbers, their Facebook page sure doesn't. Like, you go across every language that they post in, and it just sure as hell ain't doing nothing for them. Like, mostly all discussion about the game is very insular. Like, it's mostly just, it's all focused in, like, mostly the top end stuff. And, like, whenever you get new players, they end up burning themselves out because the treadmill of progress is very slow. Anrose is a collaboration because she comes from the Steel Witch, from her game is called Steel Witch. It's a Taimanin adjacent series, but it's not directly a Taimanin series game. It just so happens to share things with them. It's like Prison Battleship. That game is not explicitly about time, is not a Taimanin game, part of the franchise, but it takes place within their universe. The clones themselves are actually, like, those are voted, I think, like, in both are in the top 5. Clone Asagi and Clone Yukikaze. Like, I would love to have myself Blade Runner Asagi, because that's such a fun, cool idea, and then making a future Yuki with her the fists of lightning and everything. Because that's a fun idea. That's something cool you can do. But no, but they won't be collab characters, that's for sure. The only thing I can ever hope for this game when it finally reaches its end is that they do the Rockman X dive situation where they just make the game completely offline and you can use all the characters, look at all the story events and everything. Because for the most part, this game is, if they shut the servers down now, it wouldn't change too much in terms of interactivity. You'd mostly just be playing it by yourself. This thing runs on Unity too, but the community is, like, at large does not typically do a lot of hard modding situations. They don't care to do that. At least for what I can see. It's like they do have the skin and texture mods. You know, like everybody's naked or something like that, or because nobody's done a full-on model swap or something. I'm sure it's out there though. I can only imagine how they treat like actual co-op, because like that sounds like it sounds like a really fun idea for the most part. Because I'd love to be able to just like, you know, play co-op that's like actually real. You get to play with other people that isn't an automated like, you know, system like the arena is. You ready? If they do shut it down, they'll probably give a pretty good amount of notice for it. Because I mean, what's your other alternative now that that RPGX, like the English version of RPGX, is going to close down in a few months? So your only options really now for Taimanin Action that you want to sit there and play yourself is Christmas, sexy Christmas. Because your only other options really are just you're gonna play the Taimanin card matching game that you get on Steam. You can't play Tab anymore, and you can't. And you can play out, and you have to play RPGX, the Japanese version. I don't want to play RPGX ever. It's such a. I don't like auto scroller games like that, like Blue Archive or Azure Land. Oh, that's terrible. Those games are not games to me. They're effectively just wait for the thing to be over. If you meet a power threshold and the mission's over, you have minimal interaction possible. Of course, this game is also just as much of a stats check as any, but you can still do cheese tactics and like you have to do it yourself. It's kind of something I prefer. Great Emerald's power allows me to feel that Ingrid. Get that brown deliciousness in your life. Getting spooky up in here. The gem debt situation is such a weird thing for it. It's like, why even do that? What did they hope for that to accomplish? I don't understand it. It's like it actively hurts your game so much. And you did that like at the first week that it released. Like nobody wants to touch your nobody wants to touch the game because they put it at like day one. Ah, God, stinking tentacles. Hello, Timeverse. Like, what is it? They didn't even try to make it like, you know, have a, oh, they're only 6 months behind the most current, the Japanese version, or anything like that. What is it? They locked behind important quality of life functions that the original Japanese version got. Normally, they put that behind the pass, and nobody wants to roll because they know what's coming up on the banners, and it's because it's like What, they would have had their first Gosha Fest, I think, in October. It was like September, October. So everybody would have just saved their money until then. Because nobody wants to play the game until they can actually get the units that people need. And the units you need to make hard and large progress. And also, like, what is it? No, not hard and large. It's hard content progress. And do more efficient farming. They just gave no reason for you to play the game in the early months, not to mention the gem debt. Like, that's another situation where it did make really big news when that happened. Because when I've had people message me the day when they released the information about how the game is going to end of service. I'm like, I don't care. I knew it was going to happen anyways. Like, as soon as they put, like, the words gem debt appeared, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't touch this. That first month or 2 months is so critical for new games, and their monetization features are just, like, absolutely horrendous. It's like real bottom of the barrel stuff. That's like the very infancy of like those type of games. Like when you see them on like Facebook or like something like that, like Summoner's War when that first released. No, it's not Summoner's War, fucking League of Legends. It's like the specific like really early gacha game that I played. It was stuff like that. The packages are terrible. The pop-ups are like they're worth nothing. You have no reason to buy them. There's no way to get ahead with that. And even then, it's like, this is before they really ever took off in the West. So it was all JP stuff. The yen was weak, so you could buy all those packages and be fine. But it was like there was no reason to do it. And then no surprise the games go belly up. Though the next time in a game has to be better. Because certainly they haven't done very well. They've fallen up. The whole Inner Brain as a company is like the perfect example of like falling up. Because like they've managed to, like, you know, they're a visual novel franchise, business first and foremost. That's where all their money was. They got all their money from Lilith and all iterations of their content. So when they actually try to make a game that's not something that's like browser tier and stuff like that, they have a really hard time of doing it. That's why AT was contracted in the first place. Oh, you died. Good. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? Bro stuck his neck out like that. It'll be an adult's game. Well, that's the only place where they ever have success. So it wouldn't surprise me if they continue with their adults-only trends. Their merchandising game is certainly on point. They don't miss a beat with that. They certainly don't miss a beat with merchandising, I know that for sure. Like they've mastered that because they know how to perfectly curate their FOMO for it. They have release dates and specific limited in-person only events. So they know how to do that. They don't know how to translate those sort of ideas into like a live service game. It just makes it feel like I'm sure you've heard people talking before about on what is it when they're talking about games that like are going to release that have a gacha system, why doesn't like a gaming commission get involved or anything like that? It's because of stuff like the way that they make you do the roll system. Because what is it? When you're buying gems, you're just buying this exact product, which would be like 3,000 gems. You get 3,000 gems. It's effectively yours, and what you do whatever you want. It's a goods and sales. It's a goods and services type of exchange, so it doesn't get put under gaming laws. And with that, they're able to get around, children doing that sort of stuff because all the child did was just buy gems. However, they can use those gems to spend on, whatever the fuck they wanted inside the game, and that's a different story. It gets around that, which is an ingenious factor because they can use it in every single jurisdiction around the world, and it's insane because the government's already got their cut when you made your purchase of the gems. They made the sales tax, and Uncle Sam goes away. If this game actually used real money every time for spins, gaming immediately would get involved with it, and this would be a highly regulated. This would be an extremely regulated sort of genre of video games. And even then, it would have to comply with like 50 different states, different types of jurisdiction regarding gaming. Ooh, nice, caught her in the air. But yet, you can only wonder what type of style of gameplay that they will have in there for their next title. Will it be a visual novel? Are they going to make an action game? Are they going to make another auto battler so they can compete with Blue Archive and lose? That's still one of my favorite things is like people making the very simple yet apt comparison about, oh my goodness, it's like, who's the new girl? Nikki is like Soda or something like that. Like, oh my goodness, Soda is just Asuna at home. And they have Noir just Karen at home. Why do I need to play this? It's very fun. Damn, what the hell was that? Where did you send them into? Ooh. It's June. We'll use this. The black. Is it becoming black? There we go. I knocked that enemy into the Shadow Realm. That's why she did 1,000,000 damage from 20,000 feet away. Girl on the hunt. Good evening there, Jeff. How you been? We're just over here celebrating Ingrid's return to form. Because we did Tower a long time ago with Ingrid before she got her renewal changes. She's certainly better than when she started, I'll say that much. I still remember like the first ever thing I did for Taimanins on this channel was Ingrid and Kiara's Waifu Wars event. This game has certainly changed a lot ever since then. Yes, it's difficult to get me on live because I'm doing very late. Yes, Eleanor. Phantasma is absolutely enormous. Like, my goodness, she looks like she's straight up she is shoplifting watermelons, dude. She's got the Rin special going on, I'll say that much. She may be in the same boat as, like, when they released Rin, it's like, Rin is still one of, like, the top tier characters in the whole game. She's very versatile and does, like, a shitload of damage. That's something that will never change, unless something like they just totally power creeps her or something. So it makes you wonder, it's like, what are they going to do for Phantasma? Because she's going to be an orbs user. Because she's got... What is it? Eleanor has, I think, 5 orbs that she surrounds herself with. Well, 7 if you count the ones, you know, like, she has all the attached to her at all times. But she's got them hoo-has and make you go, wow! Now that's a game I want to play. I won't lie, though, I really like Eleanor. She's super pretty, and it's like, I'm glad she's good, because certainly, if, man, if she wasn't, I wouldn't be using her as much. The Oi Nagisa special, she got it going fucking on, dude. She's like Rinko sized, but like even bigger. Like, man, you could put your head against those and you put your head in between them, and you're not just gonna hear the ocean. You're gonna hear the heartbeat of a hell of a lusty lady. That's for sure. Oh my God, that bitch, we got it going on. That's the 3rd time we've heard Metal Harbor. Let's go to the 2nd disc. Okay. How would they make Fuma Amane playable then? Because, you know, Saika has her friend has her as a rival costume, so I wonder how they would implement her into the game. Because what, she has like the power, she doesn't have power stealing, it's like force reflection or something. It's something really strong like that. So it makes you wonder, like, is she gonna just be solidly counter-based character or whatever? Like she's exclusively just counterattacks. Like, Lapis has the highest defense in the game, so they're gonna just have, like, Amane comes in there, And she's gonna just suddenly do like, what is it? She has a super armored attack. She takes like as much damage as possible and then reflects the damage back on towards the enemies, which is honestly like one of my favorite play styles to do. Because if there's ways to combine it with lifelink or like a lifesteal or something, you can do insanely crazy. Oh, you can hit something insanely crazy with it. Ugh. So then she'd have to probably have a lot of ways to... She would have a really... She would need something that raises her defense all the time then. Like if she gets one of those like what do they call those skills that appear in between like Noah's super passive skill or whatever is it gives her 20% more penetration. I imagine that if Amane gets in, she'd have something like innately gives 25% more fortitude or whatever, so she can just tank hits all day. Because when they made the changes to VR, they also implemented defense changes too for players, which means at level 25 now, what is it? At level 25 in skill points for defense, it's 50% defense up. It's no longer 25%, which is actually really, really huge. So if Amane was a character like that and she has like a ton of ways to bolster her defense and like make a damage report, like they just give her Murasaki's counter, just give her that again, like just give her that wholesale. I would love that, because it's the best counter in the game, 100%. I mean, Amane also has that big old robot arm, doesn't she? I just want to see her have a long, slow wind up of an attack that delivers like a 10 million damage haymaker. Like it takes a solid 3 seconds to wind up, but it'll one-shot a boss. Like if you build specifically for it. Well, they've only just recently started adding in the whole passives and everything like that. So it doesn't surprise me that like new characters will probably have their own. Old characters will have their own update where they get super tuned and they get new passives. Because who has passives? I think it's let me check. Let's see. Lapis, Noah, Shishui doesn't have one, I think. Spinel has one. Oboro. I think there's another character I'm missing that has one of those passives, but I'm be sorely mistaken. Who do I want as a playable character? I want the clones in the game. I want both Clone Asagi and Clone Yukikaze. Because their implementation in RPGX is like really, really cool. Because Clone Asagi is a detective. And we have a good old Asagi, not Asagi, we have good old Yukikaze. I think she's like what? She manages to mellow out and not be a total fucking bitch, so it's actually makes her worthwhile and not as horrible to be around. Oh yeah, that's right, Hebiko has a passive. Wait a minute. Do you mean unique debuff? Because it's like... Hibiko doesn't have one, does she? Yeah, she doesn't. She just has a unique debuff. She has a unique buff, which is really, really good. It's really, really good. It's like probably one of the best unique debuffs in the whole game. Because it heals her so incredibly fast. Let's switch to red. Let's make this inadvertently more difficult on myself. Everybody, make sure you get your copy of Stella. Make sure you get your copy of Stella, so I don't have to hear about it. You're like one of the most important supporters in the game. Go get her. Don't ever let her go. Where's Homer? There she is. I want her for the nuke. Mary wholeheartedly deserves to be a playable character. I see no reason why that she shouldn't be in there in the first place. It just really seems like they're just out to like piss off fans of her in the first place. Kiara actually hasn't had a lot in the last like year. Like, she has very little event presence from what I remember, and there's not a lot. She hasn't done a lot in the last year. In fact, I don't think they've given her a lot of costumes as of late, from what I remember. They've mostly just given him some new characters or like Asuka. I mean, if they were going to do something for Mary, they just have her make her share weapons with Sue or something. Because she is a fist character. So that would be like the most obvious choice. But even then, they try to find a way to mess that up. I know there's a lot of Kiara in RPGX. She is literally the face of the franchise over there. Ugh, get out of there. I mean, this is all just conjecture at this point. I would love to see Mary finally get in. If there's anyone who deserves it, it's her. She has certainly been left in the dust for the last, I think, 5 years at this point. I mean, Kiara is Yumi for the most part. They're both ice characters. They're both the traditionalist Japanese female that they love so much. But since she's a demon, they can do anything they want with her. Where'd you go? Oh, he died. Oh, he did. How did that miss? what the hell you on? It's literally standing still. Do you guys ever think about the characters that didn't take off in popularity during something like Taba? Because there's like what? Out of probably like, let's say 200 characters in Taba, only probably, I'd say 35 of them actually had some sort of penetration. Like any turn, some sort of a market penetration that they could actually make money off of. I'm glad they try out, you know, various OCs to like get people interested and invested. Look, there's our girl. There's our girl right there. Day 1 textures and all. I mean, gacha games are filled with that type of stuff. Like literal filler characters. But sometimes those filler characters turn out to be characters people like. Deep penetration, in fact. I mean, have you seen Astaroth? Now that's penetration, baby. Shazam! Dang. Yeah, Rin is a, what is it? She's a Taba original. She only had like, I think probably no more than, man, I think for the last couple of years she had barely anything about that. It was the specially designed character for Taba, and it's like she was just okay at best. Yeah, she got all that action, like what, she had 2 scenes in Taba and that's it. And then she goes into, you know, good old AT, that put her on the map, the big voluptuous lady, because she got they treated her right. They did what they should have done for every single character and promote them. They did such a good job with her, it actually brought in such a huge wave of new people, which I'm very impressed with. And a lot of them stayed because the characters afterwards were fucking meaty as hell. 1904. In a singular line, when they're in when they're under the arena, I think what it is. Like what is it? Rin was captured or something like that at that point in the story. And they had, I think in one of the event CGs for this game, they have the name of the cell where she was kept or something like that. It's like it's on a nameplate above the cell, which is like it's a super duper obscure reference. I'm probably wrong. That's actually a really good question there, Raptor. Okay, if we all have characters we want in the game, how about characters you don't want in the game? What's a character that makes you say, I don't want you in there? If you got in, it's like that, I'm gonna not think about the game for a while. Hey, we gotta change your clothes, babe. Getting dusty. summer. It's officially summer. Beachside night. Does Ingrid have a summer weapon? I just thought about that. Does Reddit have any other nukes? Weird. It's nearby. Oh, her own supporter does that. That's 64 seconds though. I wish I had this with more supporter levels. This is such a good one. It's so simple yet so good. Damn. Ooh. Rin was part of the team meant to rescue the Igawa sisters, along with Murasaki's brother. Well, there you go. Rin was a completely obscure character who probably wasn't even given, like, any detailed CG, so Maidal was given full free reign to design a character, and they just so happen to look like that. Old man Fuma. He's gonna throw out a hit blowing out somebody's back, you know. I missed her completely. Oh, Danjo. Why did we want him? Yeah, I would never want him in there. Fuma's already broken and like a gigantic asshole and everything else. Getting his dad involved would be like the worst thing ever. My God, that dude's already a professional rapist. We don't need to see where it came from. Yeah, we get Danjo introduced into Action Taimanin to have to whip Fuma into shape. Quit being a bitch. Yeah, Gasuke. Mr. Jaundice himself. Mr. Gross and Nasty. Get him out of here. Don't give him his jacket. Nasty. Ah, yes, that's why good old Sheikah likes the mommy archetype. That's why his newest scene is him having a dream with Shiranui. Sadly for good old Shikanosuke, he can't win. He's not allowed to, so he just it has to stay a dream for him. Maybe one day though. Yeah, it totally. Tokiko's scene where she's getting totally splayed out by Mr. Gisuke. They're nasty. Wart-riddled dickhead. Mr. Nasty. Tokiko having a Vietnam, that's what she's doing. Good. What is the name of that sword that Rinko uses when you fight her? It's called like what, Raijudan or something like that? No, that's Yukikaze's skill. I forget what the name of that sword is because there's no reason to use it. But I remember that sword for a while was very important for people because it's one of her gotcha weapons. So if you got it, it's just much stronger than like arena weapons or anything like that. But it's much harder to acquire. It has such a shitty effect too. It's one of those skills. It's one of those where it's like 10% on attack does 200 damage to enemy. It's like, ugh, no thank you. Whoa! Dang, I've been thinking about that. I forget who said it though, but like someone said earlier about how they was like, Phantasma could be a red debuffer for a demon debuffer. And she'll have her own unique effect and everything. That actually has me really. That's something I would like to happen. That's something I would like to happen a lot actually. Because, like, who is like the premier debuff everybody uses in red? It's Shizuru. Shizuru has so many problems inside her that she's one of the characters I would love to have a renewal for. More or less, just give her armor on like her basic attack string and like make her skills faster. That's it. That's all she really needs. But if we could have a demon character that probably is going to be ranged be able to do something like give debuffs, I'm like, that's great. Because there's so much demon support in like red and everything like that. Now my question is, what kind of debuff would she bring? She'd probably bring like some sort of unique debuff with her or something like that. She'd be one of those extends the duration of all debuffs applied by like 30% or whatever. That would be like her passive, and then she has like an attack down type of debuff or something. If she was actually one of the other fear wielders, that would be really cool because you could actually use a... You could run her with Oboro, Astaroth, and Felicia. That way you have a debuff-based healing at all times of the day. Because the only person that applies fear in the first place is Astaroth. It was supposed to be like her premier debuff situation. It's actually quite good to use. I actually used it on Queen Canaloa a few times. It's obviously much slower than just dropping a fucking rock on her head. It's less efficient, but it certainly does help things slow. It helps slow things down a lot. Well, I fucked up hers. Because you have to sit there and wait for her to finish the damn animation. I do like how they, a long time ago when Spider Queen first got introduced, I think it was like a month after Spider Queen got in the game, Spider Queen used to be originally invincible during her, when she would summon, her spiders in the third phase, she would be completely invincible during it. And you'd think like, oh, it's such a long summoning animation. Because when I first played it, it's like you'd think that such a long summoning animation would be absolutely perfect to like lay into her. And it is. It's like the thing to do. However, when she used to be completely invincible during that animation, and it made the fight take like 45 seconds longer if you were already having a pretty shitty situation. Which is something like, I absolutely hated it. Then they introduced like, okay, now she's no longer invincible during that attack, and now you can finish the fight in like less than a minute. It is still my least favorite VR boss because it takes so long. Every other boss I can do like, oh, I can do it quickly, or I can have other things I can do to make it go faster. No, the spawns and wake and like every wave that comes up, it makes the mission take so long. And now they're going to change, and once again they are going to change VR one more time. They're not going to make it fun now. They're going to make it a chore to get through. Oops. Everybody does too much damage now. Can't have that happen. No siree. I should just let you explode. Because you're supposed to do that with those guys because... For some reason, I think like the suicide bombers, when they come in, they have such a high innate defense boost. It's just faster to let them like explode. Dang, that means fear debuff won't work on robots. Ah, she got knocked out of it. And they're most likely probably going to pull a Rinko, and they're going to nerf Astaroth's meteors. That is so sad. Everybody loves Astaroth. She's 100% S tier since the day since VR started. There's no reason for her not to be bad. But no, Undying Apocalypse has been out for like almost a year at this point, and it's like the solution. I guess we gotta go back to we can't use green critical builds anymore. They're probably going to recalculate how burn works though, which is really where like most of the damage of the meteor comes from, since it scales off of damage dealt. I would love Kara, the Bloodlord, to be a boss. That means she actually can get in the game in some capacity. And it's such a cool character that can finally, like, you know, like, we can fight Black in this game. That's fine. I like that. I like fighting him. He's challenging. He's got a lot going on. And he's just tough enough to be like, you know, you can just fight on your own and be fine. If Kara got in and she's actually on the same level of like difficulty as like Black or something, I'll be just fine with that. I just hope she doesn't inflict confuse like her, you know, her brother does. Because those stinking bats, I mean, those stinking bats can fuck right off. And see you later there, Darth Neo. Have a good one. Uh-oh, her spear's stuck. Again. Of course, Kara's grandma. Blatantly older than everybody else. Like, I'm not old. I've still got it. Yeah, Kara's gonna go out there breaking a hip, trying to break these Taimanins in half. Well, if we're gonna have some Gilf action, we need to get Asagi's grandma then too. I keep forgetting what her name is. It is not Sayuri, I know that. Grandma! Don't throw out a hip there, old lady. Did you see that? She came in off the fucking top rope. The old lady who's selling snacks. It's like, that's right, she's gonna be secretly a super powerful ninja that nobody knows about. What, you haven't heard of the snack selling lady? Oh yeah, she goes on dangerous missions all the time. You're just seeing her after image. Immortal Maid Knight. My 11 my inputs don't get read. Alright there, Gremlin. You think you're so tough? You're not so tough anymore. Gotta love that single target DPS of Evil Flare. It's so good. You just go in there and blow them the fuck up. What did they exactly change with Ingrid's renewal features? Because from what I remember, it's like they only changed, they gave her Ignis, and they just changed, I think, like the look of some of her moves. They changed like the visual fidelity of some of her moves, removed some skills, and I think that's about it. It didn't seem like anything crazy. Because she had previously in the past gotten already another remake to make her skills work out better. What? Oh, okay. Alright, I don't I did not intend for the activation of Evil Flare to do that. Okay. That was weird. It doesn't surprise me that something glitched in this game. Yes, Noah's renewal was something that, like, she desperately needed. I think making the heal off of her finisher attack, healing a substantial amount of health, and giving off the, giving everything super armor was, like, something she so desperately needed. It's like her and Murasaki are some of like the slowest characters in the game. Murasaki having super armor on like everything she does is like 100% necessary. But they also made Murasaki like one of the highest damage dealing characters in the game. Because like, see, when they put their head to it, it's like they can make a workable character. And Noah is still tearing up the charts over there in the arena. I think that was like the third tweak in a row for Noah. Kiara will be on her, I think, third before she's ever gotten a physical straight up renewal. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if this will work. I don't expect much. Oh, damn it. Of course you have to do that. Boom. Didn't even need it. It only took having her a 25% defense buff for her not to get totally bowled over. Ooh, that's right. We can give her all the cool supporters now. We can give her all the favorites. All my favorites. We can give her Lilim. We can give her Cyaneo. We can give her... There's increased damage to bosses. Arabella Glucksheim. Actually, those are equipped to my human set. So I gotta give those back later. Yeah, Micah's older sister. That's another one that should be introduced as well. She's a real hottie with a body that needs to actually get in for the most part. Substitute teacher Ingrid. Use a snake weapon. Because she's sneaking like a snake. Oops, I didn't change the skills. Jesus Christ, she's enormous. I already missed the speed boost. If there's ever a character who needed it, it's her. Ooh, the sludge wave attack. Well, if Astaroth is a villain and she's a playable character, we could get Kara the Bloodlord to be an actual playable one as well. That would make my fucking day right there. Sludge wave, here goes. What are you doing blowing flames in the corner for? Get it in the fight, son. That's right, the arena is just going to keep getting smaller at this point. So the little flare actually falls off here. A dark flame. Change that. I would hope they don't paywall her. Or more or less, I hope that she just gets in the game in the first place. She desperately deserves something. Because it's like, they talk her up so much in RPGX and everything like that. You would think like, yeah, we're going to put you in the game. That sounds like a good idea. But it's like, you know, they don't always have the best decisions. And I can't exactly say like, yeah, that's a good idea and everything like that. Because I'd sure like her. But like, there's always going to be someone who complains too. It's like, oh no, you mean my character didn't get in? It's like, where's Janine Raysmith, this really obscure RPGX character that I wanted in there? I wanted them in there. I hate you, Gremory. You're terrible, and you make me feel like a piece of shit because you don't have anything that comes in the game. Oh. Something like that. Because it's like having to deal with all those, it's like going to their Twitter page or something like that. Oh, they always discount Anrose whenever they make her new content. Because it's the only way they're going to get people to actually want to pay for her. What? Oh, Ingrid, girl, you gotta get faster with that. Oh, I need to equip Ignis now. Oh my god, Imposter Momochi. Oh. When the pretender is dubious. Oh, she would 100% have it, like, that'd be perfect for her to jump straight into the story there. It's like, oh, she finally can show up, just there's that power vacuum that's happening in right now there in the story. So it's like perfect. She just jumps in and goes totally fucking crazy with it. They have a perfect setup right there, and they're going to totally miss their chance. Let's Denims. We can actually put machines and be fine. Because that's actually a lot of what we face in VR. Yes, Kara right now should take this Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event and finance herself a brand new SUV so she can drive on into the story and actually become a threat. Again with this shit. I hate it so much. Is it so hard just to layer your sound effects? Is it like there's like an anti-peaking measures? I know they have this. I understand they got the things they want to prop up at home. You know, like they have this whole arc they're doing with like Spinel, Lapis, Sora, and Sakuya. It's like, that's great. I'm glad they're doing stuff with their OCs. You know, you could have Kara come in there, become the Bloodlord of our dreams, and you know, she was behind the hit in the first place. Because Sora's a bad girl. It's a ooh, she stole the glory. And she sent Lapis and Spinel after her. There you go. See, we're writing the story as we go. I really feel like I work at Gremory. I have 956,000 damage explosions. Gotta love Ignis. That shit is so good. Hot this. I like how fun Spinel is. She's such a cool. Spinel is such a cool character. She's like the most fun character they've like introduced in the game so far. Like her and what is it? Her and what's? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind because it's in my tongue. Her and Lina, that's it. Her and Lina are like some of the most fastest and fun characters to play in the whole game. I really like what they did with them. Because Sora, even without like the speed booster, is still super fun. And Lapis, Spinel has the built-in speed boost with her. She moves so quickly and hits so hard. It's like, you actually feel like you're playing a competent game in most respects. Another Mr. Rodriguez. Oh shit, I got hit. Oh shit, I hit with invincibility. Lilim, you're gonna be in the game. You're gonna be in the game and as an actual playable character in the future. It's gonna happen. Maybe it'll take 2 years, but it'll sure as hell happen. Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts in general is just a really fun series. I'm glad that it actually has finally come to Steam, so I don't actually have to like break out my PS4 to go play it again. Yeah, one day we'll go have the Kingdom Hearts playthrough. That'll be a really good way to spend like 3 weeks. We'll all do really mundane and really cool stuff with all the story. And well, I just want to play 2 because 2 is when they actually refine the combat. It doesn't feel like shit. Like I played 1 and it took me like I think fucking an hour just to beat Xehanort. Like when he's finally on that last part of the ship, like, oh, that was so rough. Because in 2, they really got down the action RPG combat, and it feels really good to do stuff. Oh, it's so good. Mary has been waiting forever. She is quite quintessentially Left 4 Dead. Lilin will most likely get played first because she'll be Phantasma is her the rival costume for her. So it will take time, but eventually we will be able to see Miss Phantasma, Miss Awakened Lilim. Who knows? Maybe we'll just get regular Lilim or something like that. And because Phantasma is just so ungodly enormous, she just stretches out her clothes that much. It'll bra buster, that's for sure. Oh, the bugs do it too. They just do it really quietly. Aren't these wasps like the same design as the one that Faust uses? I'm pretty sure at least, because Faust's bees things or whatever, those things have like cannon stingers or something. They look kind of ridiculous, but also really cool at the same time. Nagi fans are eating great this year, man. Like Jeff, it's hard to believe it's like she gets a limited costume, and she's gonna get 2 limited costumes this year, and they're both really good. I'm so happy that she got a costume in the first place. It's like she absolutely deserves it. She's been sitting there shafted for the last 2 years. Her father's arc ended, so now she has like minimal relevance in the story. So she is free to do whatever. It's great. It's great. Nagi is fantastic. I love that outfit so much. It is so good. I'm so happy that she got something. Because she has like two of the best ones in the game. She has her dad's just plate armor, and she has Yojimbo. It's like, how much better can you get? Well, June is going to be just 100% full of the bride costumes. They're pretty much doing nothing else for that in the month of June. July is when they do their summer stuff. Like they hold in their summer events and everything. Like we'll probably get like there'll be some characters. Let's see. In terms of new characters, who do you think would get outfits? I'm gonna make a prediction on like Lapis and Spinel will get outfits. They will get something that for sure. Abandoned Chrismaton. Oh, I never realized that. That's what it says. Come here. Come here, you ain't so tough. Why don't you run away from me? Tokiko's classically red bikini would be perfect. Because they've already used it in a previous event, too. That's something that's like, that. It's perfect. It's like, it makes sense for her to have it. There's like several just... It's so simple, too. Like, they don't have to add like the weird semi-transparent skirt thing. It's just like, it's just the regular red bikini. How can you go wrong with that? Nagi deserves a summer outfit too. I think Lapis would probably get one too. They really want to maximize their stuff with her, so they're just going to give her something like that. Oh, whoa, okay. And Rose. Hello. Mados and Kakos and transform! Uh-oh, oh. Yep, there it is. That's like, I knew it. I stepped in the field and I took like a quarter of my health gone. Like, nope. That's it. Shit. I don't need to blink. I need this so she can walk into it. The only death so far. And that's my fault right there too. Get up, Ingrid, you gotta get up! Stop, he got shot 3 times by a stationary laser. It's totally over. Shizuru would absolutely have a massive total head turn of a summer outfit. And you know what? Hers would be limited too. Hers would be like 100% limited. And it'd be like the best costume ever too. Because I think she's got the absolute winner in like the bunny costume department, that's for sure. Come here. You ain't so tough, Anrose. See? No problem. All we had to do was just get the really cheap skill. I'm stealing you, man, and I'm gonna do it with a smile on his face. Come here. Come here. There we go. It's not about doing damage with our skills. It's about getting off the nuke as many times as possible. Oh, that's right, it's the Hulk. He's got the slow death animation. I'm stealing every man on the beach. Look at that, they're breaking their necks just to take a look at me. Isn't it great? What does it say? Gals Eden? Is that really what it says? It seems so stupid, it just might work. Yeah, Gals Eden. Is that where the Ganguro girls go shop? Is that where I gotta hang out now to go pick up those ladies? It's better than going to the red light district. You just go where they shop. Just immediately say, "Oh, you're beautiful, babe. You want to go have a great time?" Yes. Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, baby, go! Oh no, I messed it up. Oh, thank goodness. Because I managed to just annihilate her buddy over there. Because Yuffie is always the troublemaker. Bitch be sitting there doing like, oh, I'm just gonna give you attack down a slow and also like make you invalidate all your progress in 1 second. My favorite kind of enemy. See, the thing is, that idea, the idea for the next renewal would actually be like 100% perfect, because they're both Aoi Nagisa characters. God damn it, Ingrid, come on, just cast it faster. Because like, what is it? Miss Kiara over there is like, she's been sitting there since like day one with the no butt club. And she's got that Hank Hill ass going on, and now that it's like, all right, well, we're just gonna make that work out for her. Because every other character after her gets massive, like gets the meaty booty. I mean, it's like fucking Saika, Miss the Big Butt Robot herself. She manages to be absolutely donktastic. But no, Kirara, Miss Vanilla Ice Cream, doesn't get anything like that. You give her like negative ass for some reason. Use the bathrobe. I never use this. Yeah, there we go. The cows that make you say wow. Splayed. Oh, what's up, Shikanosuke? I didn't notice you there. Later, dude. Tokiko actually does pretty solid DPS all the way around. However, she needs her Taimanin art reworked to honestly just make her throw homing projectiles that do like 30% less damage than her regular attack, because one of the biggest problems with her Taimanin art is that, you know, it throws straightforward projectiles, but then it has two projectiles that, like, at certain points just completely miss unless you're standing within melee range. So at that point, why don't you just go use melee in the first place with her? It would make more sense. And it mostly does, because also Tokiko needs 4 skills. There's like her and oh man, her and Noah both need 4 skills. They so desperately do. Noah's just hungry. She's not retarded. Wow, that's the fastest I've ever killed that thing. Oh, I got knocked in the air. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Yep. Damn. I forgot how real that is. Getting knocked in the air in this game usually doesn't result in instant death, except when it does. I was so proud, like, oh wow, that was a really quick clear too. That was nice. Piercing Dragon inflicts Hellfire. Evil Heat Blast only inflicts attack down. Dark Flame inflicts attack down. Like, only one time am I actually inflicting Hellfire, and that's with Piercing Dragon. That's what they should have done in the first place, is rework how Hellfire works, because it's just a damage, it's a attack down with damage over time. Wake up, Ingrid, wake up. Wake up, Ingrid. Wake up, Ingrid. Nice. That went better than I anticipated, because both of them actually ran up towards me. Because when they do that, their armor gets instantly broken. Come here. Walk towards the orb. It's free points. And I don't have to cast the skill again. This weapon is just absolutely broken on her. She now no longer has to stand within enemies just to deal her damage. Oh, she transformed. Not good. Let's see. Her, Tokiko's, what is it called? Clairvoyant, not clairvoyance. Is that it? Is that what the buff is called? Clairvoyance? The one where she has a super armor on skills. That is a great buff. That's really great. I want that. What's it called? Yeah, it is clairvoyance. It's a defense buff and it gives super armor. Tokiko should have this for every skill. This should be her big passive skill, where whenever she activates a skill, it gives her a stack of clairvoyance, or just gives her clairvoyance. Like, that would help out so many of her skills. It would make her feel less of a chore to play. Well, like I said earlier though, Rodriguez, the Tokiko and Noah absolutely need the fourth skill. They need all kinds of options to keep them moving, and so they can deal more damage that isn't more than just like a wet paper towel. Well, A lot of characters certainly do benefit from it. Asuka could certainly use it. It really helps her out because she can actually then have bomb escape with her at all times. It's like one of her best skills now. She doesn't exactly completely need it. Emily doesn't need it. Lapis could use it. She does perfectly fine with 3. Sora does fine with that. Rinko, I think, would need it so that you can combine her. You have Wind Slash. You can have Meteor. No, you could do it with 3. It's like you want the, what is it, the finisher skill, the Meteor, and Wind Slice. You could pack her Taimanin art if you wanted to. Lina can do it with 3. She likes 4 a lot though, because she can combine her. She can have her healing skill, a Taimanin art, the finisher, and another skill to create loops. Spinel, actually, I would almost say she needs the 4th slot, so you can actually keep 100%. You can keep massive uptime. You can not have to cut it so close on uptime for her skills to keep the buff going. Felicia too. No, not even Felicia. She just needs she only needs like 2 skills. Kiara needs it because she always will be playing blue for the most part, so she wants Glacier Drop, she wants Sprint, she wants Frost, and she wants Frigid Zone. Because not having Frost makes her lose the particle bonus that she gets from making it a shotgun effect. And while you're having to wait for Glacier Drop and Fog and Sprint to get off cooldown, she doesn't have anything like that. So Noah, Tokiko, and Kiara really are the ones that benefit so much from having a 4th skill slot. Like, they desperately need it. Felicia is an absolutely fantastic character in VR. Like, not only does she have like insanely good crowd control, and then she can also just heal everybody too. Even with the introduction of Lapis, she still has a place in VR. Like, if you actually combine both her and Lapis in VR, it's like you will never really die, because you'll always have some sort of way to get healing on the entire team and have it with like insane uptime. Oh yeah, earlier today I managed to hit the not the cap on achievement points, but I maxed out the achievement points in the bar. It only goes up to 80,000. You can get more than that, obviously, but it's like they don't have any more achievements after that. You don't get any new special item or anything in the first place. It kind of sucks, because at 75,000 points, at 75,000 points is when you get the emblem for it. It's either 70 or 75,000. Is that whatever? But it's they don't. I don't think you get anything for 80,000 points. All you got was like 50 gems. So I'm like, all right. What an end of the road. Ignis is like the most insane weapon, like one of the most insane weapons in the game in the first at all. A stackable buff that makes Ingrid stronger, which inadvertently also makes her explosion stronger, the flare stronger, all of her crowd control becomes insanely powerful. Like I think I have like before the defense change happened in VR, I took her to like floor 40 by herself, and she soloed it with like no problem. Like Ignis is like one of those, it's like Astaroth's Undying Apocalypse or whatever it's called. That weapon is like, it's required for her play. And honestly, it's a lot more versatile than doing critical builds, because you just build straight damage for her. And speaking of Kirara, there she is. No ass and all. No, not the homing fireball. It's her limited weapon, like a corporate warrior item, is. Well, first, we're gonna end her tower run with corporate warrior. What a cool outfit. I'm really happy they put this in the game. It's like, it's a completely original outfit for this, and it's like, very classy. No, Astaroth, when she got a renewal, I think that's what it is, and she got her, Astaroth got her renewal, and she got the Undying Apocalypse, which is the weapon everybody uses on Astaroth to make her shoot 2 meteors at once. Modern Ingrid is really meant to be played not from a melee range, because getting close to anything in VR is a death sentence. Here comes Nagi. Coming to beat the shit out of her. Nagi, please. Yeah. I love the grip thing they got going on with her massive fucking tits. Momiji has a swimsuit in Dead or Alive 5 that is just giant bone hands that come around and get the gorilla grip on those fucking milkers. I like it when costumes do that. The homing fireball does not heal. Well, hold on. I know what you're talking about, though. Ingrid has no healing, so you just build straight damage with her. You're doing what I'm trying to do right now, which is to bowl over the enemy as hard as possible. That, or you run someone like Lapis in your team to give you healing, or Felicia. The homing fireball for Astaroth's special weapon actually lets her heal off of stuff like her fireballs as well. Because it's based off the damage the first hit does when she has that weapon equipped. So you can equip the homing fireball and heal off of it. I know, I realized that. It took me a moment to think about that. It's like, wait, Ingrid doesn't do that. Astaroth! Not bad, Astaroth. Her Egyptian weapon is actually like kind of useless in VR since it's specifically green. There's no one, honestly, there's no reason to use anything but Undying Apophis because of the way it works. It's the hardest CC in the game. It does so much damage. There's no reason not to. It's how people can get those 3-second clears. Like 3-second clears aren't hacking, guys. That's real stuff. People have been banned. Like, yes, there are people clearing it like as soon as they spawn in. But you can do that. You can do that with actual attainable gear. I actually like the new boss a lot because you have a little bit of thought you have to do, and also it's really easy. Like, if it's this easy already, it's still gonna be easy even if they do the damage update. Like it's like last week I took Ingrid to floor 100 when she was on there, and I had Ingrid just sit there, put Dark Flame out there, and just blow up the boss in like 23 seconds. And even then, that's still a slow run too. Yeah, she's implemented when defense was down, but I don't expect too much in the first place. Because you can get around Queen Kanaloa activating her abilities by stun locking her. She has no debuff resistance. She has nothing like that. You can stack Murasaki slows all day. You can disarm her. You can't do the disarm strategy with her because she spawns in like 10 enemies. It's a bit tougher to do, but it's certainly like the power is there. End of the road. This is actually going to be quite tough. You only died twice. The showdown. Ingrid versus Ingrid. Yeah, she's an orbital strike cannon. Alright, I think the cooldown's off. Get ready to eat a dick there, dude. Oh, he went straight into phase 2. See, the thing is, this isn't even in, like, optimized Ingrid. Optimized Ingrid does, like, 500,000 damage each tick. Oh, shit. Ingrid, don't do that. I love Ingrid so much. Quite honestly, one of my most fun favorite characters to play in the game. She has never ever let me down. Get out of there, baby. And I got hit. Oh! Cool, we actually get to use the ultimate. He's screaming in pain. That's how hard we hit him. Good job, Ingrid. That could be better, but certainly that was a lot of fun. I love playing as Ingrid so much in this. Ignis just changes so much with how you play her, and actually turns her into like the spell sword type of character. Like you only need two skills with like Ignis Ingrid. It's literally just playing cat and mouse with your enemies until like they finally explode. Like you can see that I'm doing like 900,000 damage criticals with the nuke, and that would happen like 4 times in a row. So much fun. Let's clean those up. Yes, I'm getting ready for Tuesday. Gotta have all my materials ready so I can 81 her. It's right on time. Let's do one more thing. No, we already did that. I'm gonna, when they change the defense values again, boy, getting to 100 was so easy, and it's actually really relaxing and simple. I'm gonna be missing doing the daily runs in like 4 or 5 missions. That is so nice. Boss attack. No, my favorite costume for Ingrid is her default one. The classic Hell Knight look is like my favorite. It is one of the best costumes ever put in the game, in like the whole series. It's so good looking. Corporate Warrior is a very good look though. It's very her, to say the least. Asiago gets to do it. Okay. It's from Ridge Racer Type 4. It's one of my favorite soundtracks to use when playing the game because it's designed for a racing game, which means it's non-intrusive. Hebiko, you ran straight into it. What did you expect? Oh, you're still alive, okay. Taco slashu. What does Sagi have equipped? Oh, human boosters. Alright, babe, go tear their head off. 9 million, not bad. A single hit breaks off their armor. Oh, wow, it hits the entire screen. I didn't know that. My fair lady. Good old Mississagi. Alright, how much do we have left for the event? The butterfly weapons, we gotta pick those up. Crystal fragment, I need to get those. Oh, these. This is, I think it's like 1,000 for them. Yeah. I've got 398. It's just low gear. It's 1,200. You managed to hit me while I wasn't looking. Now I'm going to unscrew your head from your body. That's essentially how Asagi does in terms of damage. Because I think I have every costume for her right now. At least I'm pretty sure I do. Now I need to check. Because she has like the single highest amount of costumes in the game. So she gets like insane stuff like an entire weapon's worth of stats in every category. They know how much she's worth. Because I've seen people get her up to like 142,000. Like if I really put down some like, you know, correctly strengthened supporters, I think I've seen her get to like 128 to like 130. And even then, there's still characters that are better than her. Like Ingrid isn't actually that close yet. Let's clear out some inventory. I need to find 6 more of these. Or better yet, I could just make 12 of them for the day when it comes. Her, Sakura, and Yukikaze have like the highest amount of costumes in the game. I mean, yes, they are like, you know, the faces of the franchise. They're going to have the most. Nice. $130, $151. That's actually almost enough to get the costume for Phantasma when she releases. Because she's going to be red. I don't know exactly how balanced she will be in terms of those. So I want to have at least like 100. You need like 150 of each. That way you can build one for the other. I wish you could sell these. Like, I don't really need them, and now I have so many that I can't use them all. So it's like, well, that's nice. It just takes up space in my inventory. I have to select one. I already have 10,000 of them. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are like extras from when I like overcalculated or something. Always nice to have. Asagi and Shiranui have the most costumes. But yes, she is going to share weapons with Kiara and Eleanor. They will have so if you've got weapons built up for the both of them. No, Jeff, that's 100% true. Because like in the newsletter itself, it talks about like the pickup, like the player for like Phantasma has their like the character gacha when they have their character release. So and like the rate up items in it are Fallen Heart, Yomotsu Heigi, Mugen Sukuna, Treasure of the Deep Ocean, Hollow Sphere, Yasha Sphere, Ninja Sphere, the Armored Ninja Sphere. Those are all Kiara's weapons. Like they will share. They're going to share, and it's going to be. Well, it's nice because like I have the heavy pots for doing that. Whatchamacallit? What's that for ultimate chaining strategies? I wish there were better ways to like consolidate the inventory though, because it's like I'm like goddamn at 877. I certainly could use all these. You really will, because it's like you roll for Phantasma weapon, you get somebody else's stuff. It's like that's kind of wasted resources. But it's like it's nice that they like split between the other two girls, so you can use theirs. But what is Fallen Heart? Is Fallen Heart specifically her weapon? Wow, they really. I guess the math changed then. What the fuck? That's like, what, that's 6 digits? 6 significant figures to demonstrate a 9.3, less than 1% chance. Oh, I didn't know that, White and Cyaneo were permanents. I thought they were like limiteds. I was like, oh man, like these are really good supporters. I wish I had my own copy of Chikage. Let's see. Where is? There she is. So it looks like Fallen Heart is going to be the exclusive weapon for Phantasma. What does Treasure of the Deep Ocean do again? Oh, it's the debuff booster. And Mitsuhagi's the heart. This is simultaneously Kiara's like, it's the only way she can heal, and it's also really shitty because it has 0 passive effect. Like you can tell this is a really, really early weapon. I think it's the same as Skeletal Taro's too. Yeah. Like it has no effects. Like you literally put that against Ignis. Like one of the best weapons in the game. That's rough though. I wish she shared. No, well, it makes sense. It's like because Phantasma's a fortune teller, and of course, fortune tellers got to have their crystal ball. They got to have those in the first place. Anything short of that, it's like no siree, Bob. Oops, that's too far. Where's Crimson? I wish I had this though. This is a year 1 weapon, but it gives oh, there it is. There's the passive. Disarm, and it makes her faster. It makes her innately faster by 10% at max. It's like having a butterfly weapon on at all times, which is immense for Spinel. Like, that is insane. Where is she? Yeah, Greek Fire. Ina can't use this, which is really sad because it's a really, really good weapon. Because Ina's weapons are what? Like a critical hit boost? Okay, Ina already has the highest critical hit rate in the game. So it's like you're just making it redundant. Like, you don't even need to have critical hit boost unless you're really adamant on making 100% crit. And even then, you only need a little. That would honestly be a pretty cool idea if they got to share with Noah. Like, Lilim shared with Noah, I think that would be fine. Because I think right now, it's like, doesn't she live in, like, the Fuma house with, like, the rest of the demon team? Like, she lives there with, like, Noah, Tokiko, the Spider Girl, and a couple of other people. Because, like, it's like, it'll make a lot of sense. Kieran, that's it. You have to do it off of a normal attack, and there's a 5% chance to happen. That's like, no thank you. That is bad. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice supporter, actually. That's just straight damage and defense. Alright. I get everything. Now, I mostly just wanted Lina's costume. Damn, that's a good supporter, though. Alright. I think that'll be enough for us today, though. We managed to clear Ingrid real well. She did a great job, and it was fun seeing you guys again. Thank you all for stopping by. It's been a very fun time, and certainly next week I will see you all again for the inevitable wonder that is a brand new character with Miss Phantasma. But today was Ingrid's day, and she sure did a very good job. Thank you everybody for stopping by once again. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. And as always, see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
大気はいいが体がなまるな。